Hi, my name is Steven and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about chance encounters, how to make the most of your chance encounters with random strangers. So meeting people is a great way to expand your social circles and gain new opportunities as they come. So usually you meet people in traditional locations like school, work, or just your social circles. But rarely do we talk about those chance encounters where we meet people randomly in our daily lives. But many chance encounters can give you the gateway into greater social circles or expanded opportunities. And I also think that it's a fantastic opportunity to grow your social circle by meeting and befriending random strangers. And these people wouldn't otherwise be a part of your social circle. So I think there's really fantastic benefits for chance encounters. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about why chance encounters matter, how to make the most out of your interactions, and my general thoughts on the matter. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, hit that notification bell if you like this content. And let's do this. So let's first dig into the background of this. When I talk about chance encounters, I'm talking about random people that you meet along your daily lives. These are people that you meet in line or mutual social events. It is generally people that you don't know at all and haven't been introduced to you by other people. And generally you don't meet these people in groups, more like one-on-one situations. Think for example like speed dating or at a sports bar. This is an interaction where you normally wouldn't talk to that person, but for some reason, a conversation strikes up between you two. So why does this matter? Number one, the possibilities are endless. People, especially the right ones, can open doors for you that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do so yourself. For example, connections to new job opportunities, new experiences, and new dating circles. Of course, not everyone that you talk to, you're going to get something out of it. But even a few minutes talking to that person can help you understand them and also give you some more experience talking to new people. So you always end up learning something about either other people or yourself. In the end, it's a game of odds. The more people that you meet, the more people that can potentially help you in the future. Number two, your current network can limit you. It is worth mentioning that whoever you hang out the most also tends to limit your experiences if you do things with them over a long period of time. As someone who grew up in high school with a small social circle, I know firsthand how isolating it can be when you only have a limited set of friends. And those friends all think and do the same kinds of things. It was very hard to learn something new or introduce my friends to something new for fear of alienation. And you tend to know what your current social circle can offer you in terms of new opportunities. It might be limiting if you're really trying to accomplish something that's beyond your social circle of friends. Sometimes the current network of friends just can't help push you to where you need to go. And number three, it opens you up to more experiences. One of the biggest benefits of meeting new people is that it opens your mind up to new experiences. So when I moved to San Francisco, I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I joined a lot of meetup groups to meet people. And often these groups were always event-based, so you would always do something with other people. And that opened me up to new experiences that I wouldn't have done if I was just by myself. And I realized there was a whole bunch of new things that I didn't try in my previous life because my network of friends didn't do those things. This led me to a positive feedback loop where I was trying new things all the time and meeting new people along the way. So some of those things are like singing, hiking, bar hopping, and dancing. Also, some of the people that you meet have some really interesting skill sets and experiences, and meeting them is like opening your mind up to something that you've never heard of or done before. So for example, one of my friends pulled me into crabbing. I've never done crabbing before, and it was really interesting to see how you catch crabs and then eat them. So now let's talk about tips on optimizing chance encounters. Number one, start early. If you're in your 20s and 30s, now is the perfect opportunity to get those chance encounters in life. It is really because the younger you are, the easier it is for chance encounters to happen in your daily life. The older you get, the harder it is random people will just pop in and out of your lives. This is a period where you're going through a constant state of flux and you're meeting so many new people all the time in your life. And also, as a young person, people are more forgiving for your social mistakes, so take advantage of that while you still can. People tend to be less tolerant of social mistakes the older you are. And event groups such as Meetup tend to skew younger. So you're going to see a whole bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds in those groups. And when you're older, it's typically harder to find people your age in those meetup groups. But obviously it's not impossible. Some groups are tailored towards age-specific events. Number two, don't rush it. When you're meeting people randomly for the first time, don't rush the conversation or force something to happen. The best way is to go with the conversational flow and not try to figure out what you can gain from the interaction. When we meet people for the first time, especially ones that are interesting to us, we tend to start to rush to try to get more and more out of it. But the reality is that you might come off too strong or make the other person uncomfortable. So you can't rush into the conversation and expect something good to happen all the time. You want to be as natural as you can during that conversation. You don't want to come off as someone who wants something from them. So for example, you don't want to be that phone salesman that tries to get you to buy to a plan, or that person across the street yelling at you to go buy something from them. In general, take it slow, evolve the conversation naturally, and don't try to rush anything to get to a specific goal. Number 3, invest in social skills. We are not born out of the womb with advanced social skills. That has to be learned and experienced and honed in over a long period of time. We must be taught what is right and wrong in our social interactions, and also realize that there's many different kinds of people in the world who all react differently to how you present yourself. Experience in social circles helps us over time, but it must be practiced on a consistent basis. All skills get rusty if you don't use it often enough. So for example, during the pandemic, a lot of us were in quarantine and didn't have normal interactions with people on a daily basis. I know for myself, my social skills suffered as a result of that. And I'm still trying to work to get back to my pre-pandemic social skills. Even the best of us requires more training from time to time. Taking classes in singing, improv, and acting can help boost your social skills. So the point in investing in social skills is for you to maintain and hold a conversation over a long period of time. When you're talking to strangers, it is very critical to go beyond the normal pleasantries of day-to-day conversation. You have to be able to hold a conversation for a long period of time with a complete stranger so that you can find out how they can benefit you or how you can benefit them. The point is for the both of you to come up with the conclusion that, yeah, I'd like to get to know this person a little better. Number 4, always be closing. It might seem obvious, but always get their contact information. There's been many times in my life where I had a great interaction with someone, but I failed to get the contact information and keep in touch with them. These were people that could have been a new dating opportunity, a side hustle opportunity, or something that would help my career. And for me, it was usually because I didn't want to weird out the person, or I was scared to get their information. Great and interesting people are really rare in life. If you have the opportunity to actually connect with someone, then get their contact information. The worst thing that they can say to you is no, and that would be just the same as if you never asked for their contact information. Because you never know how that person can impact you in your future, and it would be a shame not to have that opportunity. So for example, in grad school, I had a chance encounter with someone that I met at a party, and then days later, I found her again walking randomly at the school. And because I was able to get that contact information from her, I've been her friend for the past 10 years, and we still maintain a really good friendship going forward. If the person is good, take a chance and get their information. And number 5, never judge people. Never judge a book by its cover, and this pertains to people as well. Always try to give new people you meet a fair shot. Don't judge them by your pre-existing biases. This can be certain looks that they might have or stereotypes that you might hold for that person. I have been guilty of this personally myself many times, because it's very easy for me to fit people in different stereotypes. But the truth is, you have to look at each individual person differently. So whenever you meet someone new, give them a fair shot. Don't judge them right away. They might surprise you. So here are my general thoughts on chance encounters. It's definitely harder the older you get. I'm in my 30s now, and I do not have the same chance encounters that I did when I was in my 20s. In general, I was just more social in my 20s, and I was looking for new friends and dating opportunities. So I was always in the mix of new people in my life. And I don't get out as often as I should, especially with the pandemic still going on. But definitely try to get out and start as young as you can. Because the older you get, the harder it is to have chance encounters. My life has been richer based on chance encounters. I met a future roommate through meetup groups. He and I had very similar skills and experiences in life, and we just bonded over that. I've also met a lot of friends and dating opportunities through randomly meeting people, and also new experiences as well. I went skydiving with a friend that I met at a meetup group. And lastly, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's fairly hard to reach out to people. People have to be receptive to you reaching out to them. Just talking to someone randomly on the street doesn't mean that they'll be invested as well. It takes a lot of social energy to put yourself out there all the time. Even in a low pressure environment, when you're talking to someone in line, that's not going to guarantee you're going to get their contact information and you're going to be friends with them for life. The chances of that are really low. So it does take a lot of energy to put yourself out there. So I recommend baby steps along the way and setting small goals for yourself. And then gradually working your way up to full conversations and getting people's contact information. So for example, you can start out small by talking to someone in a line for about 5 minutes. Then you can work your way up to an interesting conversation where it can result in getting their contact information. So those are my tips on making the most out of your chance encounters. In general, chance encounters can open doors for you that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do yourself. It gives you options to grow and expand beyond your current network of people and allows you to grow into new opportunities and ambitions that your current network might not be able to give you. Starting early and investing in social skills is a great way to start the conversation and keep it going more naturally. Once you have that down, engage with that person and see if they're worth having in your life, and then get that contact information. The key is to be patient, don't rush conversations, and don't prejudge people. Though it may be intimidating to talk to random strangers at first, don't try to rush it. Baby step it first, make small goals, and then move up. I have really seen the benefits of chance encounters in my own life, and I hope others can benefit the same as I did. So I hope in the end, people can really maximize chance encounters in their lives. So thank you for watching. Be sure to leave me a comment down below on what you think of chance encounters and have they been a good experience for you. And I'll see you next time.